Hello my friends, welcome back to Real Scale Mass Recall. You can tell it's real scale because look at these scales. They are absolutely amazing and real. We're going to be jumping into Eye for an Eye, which is the mission that I always think is called the Dark Templar, because you're supposed to not let the Dark Templar escape, but the Dark Templar is actually the mission that we did before, where you fight the High Templar, Tassadar. And that's because off-screen the Dark Templar are doing things. Right, it's where they're introduced as a concept, but it's still... I always forget which mission is which as a result. So this mission is not that bad in the base game. I don't know how it's going to be here. Those are big old Archons. Look at them, they're huge. Okay, we got a lot of money to start with, which is actually pretty good. Usually you start with like 2 workers here. Warning, Dark Templar can permanently kill Kerrigan. Dark Templar possess energies that can nullify the Overmind's power to revive his servants. The power appears to work on Kerrigan's resurrection as well. As a result, Kerrigan will be unable to revive if she's killed by a Dark Templar, resulting in defeat. Be careful. That's awesome. That's actually really cool. Because, you know, it fits in with the lore. What a nice little way to do things. Now, I would obviously prefer if Kerrigan were alive, but I guess we're just using her on defense then. I'm not sure. Okay, I guess it's not that big of a problem as long as 3 cannons are the only escape route for the Protoss. Yeah. We need detection, such as Overlords, to stop the Dark Templar. That is fine. Yeah, as long as we bring enough detectors around, I figure it's not going to be too big of a problem, right? I think it'll be okay. What we have to do is get a nice defense up at all of these locations, and then we have to destroy all the Nexi on the map. That is a win condition here. And I'm kind of thinking that because we have the Ultra 900 HP, I think that a lot of Ultras might just be the answer here, you know? Let's try bringing these over. And then I figure Ultra Kerrigan is a really good composition for the top. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of making things up as I go. And then this area, we could get some Zerglings to help out once I have stuff. Whoa! Infested Kerrigan. Not a Dark Templar. I did not mean to send her down there. I thought that I sent her right here. That was a mistake. And I didn't like F2 or anything, because the rest of my army is in the right place. Well, that was honestly something that doesn't really matter, because we're probably not getting attacked in the next 30 seconds. But it was a little bit of a mistake. Okay, let's, we're gonna get attack and armor upgrades this time, because I'm just thinking about Ultralisks, right? Ultras are not that expensive. They're pretty... Well, actually, we need to check. In Starcraft 1, though, they tend to not be very expensive. And as a result... Dude, do you think that if a DT is attacking Kerrigan, you can, like, go MOBA style and last hit her with your own thing to deny the enemy the kill? That would be really funny. Okay. 900 HP, 3 armor, 40 damage in a cone, and they cost 303. That's so cheap. Just like StarCraft 1 normally is. The Ultra is a budget capital ship for some reason, and it's awesome. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set all my production up over here. We're going to make sure that we have proper defenses in these areas, and then we are going to have this top base as our staging point. We'll sweep down here, unify the 2 sides, then sweep in here and take everything down. And I think that with chitinous Ultralisks, we should be able to just kind of... I guess we won't have chitinous plating the upgrade, because that's not until Brood War. But you know what I mean. With good Ultralisks, we should be able to just kind of ignore a lot of the enemy. And that'll be awesome. Like, Zealots won't matter. Even Dragoons don't do that much damage to 900 HP. Really is just going to be charging into Reavers and taking them down, and we'll finally be able to absorb the hits against them. We're losing a little bit here, and by a little bit, I mean, like, 150 minerals, because these are just some Zerglings. That's awesome. Oh, that's a lot of DTs, though. I did build... There we go. Yeah, I thought that the DTs weren't going to be very good. Oh. Okay, we got to be careful. They're getting a little bit aggressive in multiple places at once. Yeah, Zerglings are going to be really good against the DTs because the DTs don't do a lot of burst damage, right? They do a lot of burst, but they don't do a lot of damage in like an area or anything like that. And that means you can really overwhelm them with a swarm. That's what we're going to aim to do. And as we're doing this, we're going to get Overlord, upgrades, movement, and sight. Both of those are going to be really important for this mission. And let's just, right now, get a secondary Overlord for each of these areas, just in case. I think that mostly Zerglings with some Hydras to support, though, is a pretty good defense. We don't want to go for static defenses, because the DTs and the Reavers, specifically, are very, very fine against those. We need things that can actively move up and stop the enemy. Okay, we can get this upgrade, and then... I guess we can't upgrade to a hive until we have these Overlord upgrades done, but that's fine. We're just going to get some of that fancy Ultralisk stuff once we can. Because we do want a little bit of a backline. They do a lot of damage, as they should. They are the glass cannons of the Zerg race. Emphasis on the cannon. How much gas do they cost? Yeah, they're pretty cheap gas-wise. And we're saving up gas for the Ultras. So I feel like, yeah, 20 or so Hydras with a bunch of Ultras in front, and then supported by a bunch of Adrenalings. Sounds like a good plan to me. I like that there's these mineral fields, like, everywhere. They're kind of mined out already, which is a shame. But we can use these drones later to saturate this base and this base once we get them for the final base assault. I think that'll go fine. We do got to get a bunch of upgrades, though. Actually, my income is bad. You guys over here. Choop, 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 choop. And here they go. There we go. Income should be a little bit better now. As I said, the Ultras are cheap, though. The Hydras are only kind of expensive. We won't get 3-3. And we don't need Adrenal yet. Probably just, like, 2 more Ultras. Unfortunately, only 1 Gas Geyser, so we are running out of gas fairly quick. Let's go check if there's, like, a Gas Geyser over here or something. I'm not seeing any on the map. There's, like, a little basey thing up here, right? Yeah. Lings are so tanky against single target damage. Obviously, they are hard countered by AoE, but man, you get so much durability per dollar when you're buying Zerglings. Just from a straight numerical perspective, particularly when you're factoring in that overkill, right? Like, if you hit for 150 against a Zergling, the Zergling, it takes 25, because that's all that it has in real scale. You know? It's like having hardened shield for your army in a weird little way. It adds up mathematically, because you're paying for that 150 damage worth of attack. Uh-oh. I'm a bit afraid of these scouts, actually. Oh no. Oh, dude, that's a DT. I didn't see it. Oh, dude, that's a DT. Oh, what? That wasn't an attacking DT, it was just going home? What is going on? That was weird. I didn't like that one bit, Jimmy. We're gonna get some spore crawlers on the ridge. Spore colonies on the ridge. Hopefully that'll help. Spore, 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 spore. You guys right here. Couple Zerglings over here. I like this mission on this difficulty. Like, it feels... I remember playing this in Mass Recall and being like, hey, this mission's actually kind of hard, as opposed to in the base game when it's really, really easy. No upgrades available. Let's see if we can grab a couple Ultras before we go. And I think that 4 Ultras, a bunch of Hydras, and then a bunch of Lings is going to be a really, really strong army. What is the build time on these? 52 seconds is really short, too. Wasn't it like 2 minutes to get the Ultra, or to get the Battlecruiser? I like it. Just the fast builditude of the Zergitude. You guys will be in this group. You guys will be over here because they're trying to avoid the calamity. They're trying to avoid calamity that comes in the form of Reavers. And High Templar, I guess. And then this area... Oh, that is a low-ground mineral field. Alright, you guys can just come through here. Ultra popped out. Let's go. Attacking through base number 1. If we get this base, we're going to be in fantastic shape. Because then there'll only be one enemy base that we really have to deal with. I'm just looking for... Here we go. We got to have an Ultra ready to hug that guy when he lands. Very important stuff. Okay, this is a base.
Once again, I grow tired of slaughtering your servants. Have the mighty Templar lost their infallible courage?
80, 90.
Spoken concubine of the Zerg. Although we strike at you from the shadows, do not think we lack the courage to stand in the light.
Just an overseer.
You would do well
Observer.
to abandon this attack.
You seem overconfident of your abilities, Dark One. I am no helpless seraphim to be assailed in the cover of darkness. I am the Queen of Blades, and my stare alone would reduce you to ashes. You and your ilk cease to amuse me. Prepare yourself for Living's embrace.
I always like that dialogue line. It's a good exchange between the two. Okay. We get these over here. This here. Then be prepared. I think we've killed a lot of observers. Is there a path up here? I'm not actually sure. No. Alright, that means that this area is now unified between the two paths, and we have 2 extra mining bases, which is going to be a huge economic boom. And we should be just swimming in money for the end of this. What do we have to do? We have to make sure that this area is not busted. We still don't have very much money to do that with. I'm going to get some more Zerglings right now. I'm going to get some Sunks in a moment. Oh, good storm. That hurt a lot of my Hydras. Okay. The DTs are down. Pull these back. We got it. We're fine. I got Adrenal, right? I think I got Adrenal. Yeah, I did. Perfect. That's how we clean that up. So we're going to get some Sunks, not a whole lot, because Sunks are good, but they're not great in real scale. Not against the really big scary stuff. Want some drones over here. Get this. Oh, pouting for a scouting, cruising for a bruising. Hydras are great. They're so good. They're way better than like Marines are. Love them. A+ unit. And then, what do we need to get? I don't think we need to get anything else. I think we're just in Ultra territory at this point. We're going to be able to just crush on through with the Ultras. We're going to move Kerrigan out, because the DT thing is one of the ways we could lose. Kerrigan has to survive. So we'll get those and those. One more. And probably when this final Ultra hatches, we will charge in and take the win. It's going to be good. Oh, they're sending some pretty scary attack waves at this point. Like that. Kerrigan, could you help? Pull back, pull back. Ultra. Okay, we dealt with everything over there. We have these guys just fine. Ultras are still popping out. I got distracted over here. I need to turn these into drones. And... I think it's time to go. Let's make this happen. Zerglings in the back, Ultras in the front. Oh, not having Kerrigan, though, kind of hurts for the Reavers, huh? Can we just... No, I don't think we can. No, not at all. Just got wrecked. But we should be able to just munch our way into here, right? Oh, huh. Interceptors do more damage than I thought they would. How much damage do interceptors do? All of it? Yeah, okay. They sure do not care that much about armor. Interesting. I should have checked. Oh, I can't check. Oh, here we go. 12 damage per interceptor. Okay. That is not the big reduction that you get in Starcraft 2, is it? I'm getting a lot of Hydras. Get a couple spores. This area needs to be spined. I think this looks pretty good defensively. I like that area. We can get all the Hydras over here. Man, that was a pretty scary base. I knew it was going to be a bit scary. I didn't know how scary it was going to be. Definitely learned. It's still not in a bad position. Like, we have a lot of stuff already. No. Alright. A bold move indeed. Yeah, this might be one of those get up to 250 supply type things. Sunks. And then spread these out a little bit. Make sure we have this over here, the little man catcher crew. They got their nets to make sure nothing goes wrong. I think the Ultras are still good. I don't really want to go Scourge. I want to play with other ways of beating capital ships than Scourge, because Scourge, I think that in the final missions, is going to be the default answer as things get harder and harder. We can really feel the difficulty spike on this mission, so the rest of it is going to be more and more difficult, I believe. And I don't want to use Scourge every time. I want to play with the other options, and the other option really here... Oh, Defiler is interesting. But Defiler doesn't work against Splash, so maybe not here. I think Defiler will be really good on the next mission, because it's a defense thing. We can just drop down those swarms. Oh, yeah, that's what I didn't want the Sunks. Is he coming in? Nah, it doesn't look like it. Oh, stop. Oh, she just ate like 15 of her friends. I should give a kill every time. When she eats people. That would be really funny. You cannot use Spawn Broodling on Reavers, right? I don't think so. Yeah, robotic units are immune, I'm 99% sure. Man, they have a lot of random stuff coming everywhere. So I think the last time, big issue was the lack of things behind the Ultras. The Ultras actually survived for a really long time, but they just didn't have the Hydra crew to help mop things up. And this time I think it's going to go fine. We're going to have +1 attack on the Hydras, 3/3 on everything else, and just a ton of Hydras behind these Ultras. We're going to have like 3 or 4 more coming out. You can see they're really big eggs that are the size of a hatchery, which I appreciate. There you go. Nice little army taken out. And now I think it's time to go. The thing I'm learning about the carrier as we've experimented against it is that it is a feast or famine unit. If you have the anti-air potential to deal with the interceptors, it's not very good. And if you don't, it is a wonderfully powerful unit. So it's just have anti-air. Oh, that was good storms. Alright, I guess we made it over here. I didn't really expect us to, but we did. Sure. We got it. I thought we were going to have to dive farther in the base and maybe deal with the carrier.
Now, Protoss, You shall know my wrath. Now
Yep. All right, that went really well. All right, guys, that's going to be the end for today. I know that I've been doing like multiple missions per thing, but also this one went a little bit wrong, or a little bit long. It was fine in wrongitude. I mean, we had a 0.15 kill death ratio. That's pretty darn good. But I have a headache, so I'm going to call it right now. My friends, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.